5 years ago, I bought a refurbished iPad Pro that is now 7 years old, and it comes in at about $400. It doesn't have the M2 chip or the M1 chip. It doesn't have all the crazy cameras right there. But even then, this might be the greatest tablet that you can buy in 2024. Let's talk about it. So look, it's been 7 years. We're past the point of regular security updates. You're not getting that. And obviously you're not getting the latest tech support. You're not getting AI features. You're not getting any of that. But I've still been using this over the past 5 years on the daily, from everything from schoolwork and getting homeworks and grades in to business. All of the apps that I use to manage properties, get schoolwork done, all of that is in here. So you're all probably wondering how bad the performance of a 7-year-old iPad is compared to the latest iPad or the latest S9 tablets. I mean, this iPad came out when the iPhone 8 was being released. Y'all remember that one? It was the one giving Apple fans like wet dreams because it had that 3D touch feature. Child's play. Child's play. Anyways, this iPad is really old. There's a ton of them on the market and they're dirt cheap. So in 2024, how is it really? Well, for 89% of you, it's going to be perfect. I am using the latest OS. I've got the latest version of all of these apps. So the latest version of Notion is running. And now one thing to note is that's the time it takes. It logged me out of Notion. Oh, maybe it didn't. Oh, it signed me out of all of my Google apps. Jeez. And it's pretty fast once it gets going. In all honesty, it's summertime. I haven't been on my tablet a ton because I use this, like I said, a lot for school, university, and all of that course and homework stuff. I mean, you can see all of my homework showing up from the previous semester. So it's been off for a couple of weeks now, but it's still surprisingly fast. So I am using the latest version of Notion to organize all of my school notes that you can see here. I'm also using Notability to handwrite my notes. So when I'm in lecture, I'm actually handwriting all of my notes on this tablet. I don't have it on the Magic Keyboard, which we'll talk about in just a second. But as soon as I'm done taking notes, I can easily transfer them into my Notion dashboard and basically organize everything based on the subject, based on the time, the exam, whatever it might be. And that whole process is very fast. There's no delay. I can directly import out of Notability into my Notion dashboard without a hassle. And the performance of Notability and taking notes has never been an issue either. So as far as productivity apps are concerned, in general, they're pretty fast and I don't notice any slowdown, especially as far as my usage is concerned. So it'll be like 8 Notability tabs, a YouTube tab, and then 3 Chrome tabs open all at once, and it still won't slow down. That productivity level is perfectly capable of managing on this tablet. Plus, I have the latest Magic Keyboard on this tablet. It's been beat up, obviously. Like, I'm serious when I say I use this tablet. It does get beat up quite a bit, but this tablet has the latest Magic Keyboard and is compatible with that. So what that allows you to have is a really nice keyboard. For those of us who are typing up documents, typing up scripts, or just want a good keyboard on a tablet, this will not disappoint you. There's a lot of key travel here and it just looks really good because it also has backlight. So darker environments are no problem. Plus, you get a very cute, abnormally small, but super high quality mouse pad here. It's actual glass right there, so it works really, really well. Honestly, as far as I'm concerned, even though this keyboard case is twice as much as the Samsung products, like $300, okay, it holds the value. Okay, I think it's worth it. Samsung cases are not worth it. We've talked about it on this channel. The kickback stand that they have integrated has failed on me twice, and they're worth like $150, and their mouse pad is like not consistent throughout the entire mouse pad range. This is not that story. So if you are thinking about buying an iPad, be confident buying the Apple accessories as well. But I've got a few cheaper alternatives from Logitech linked in the description below, just in case you want to help out your pockets a little bit. I got you. And by the way, if you enjoyed this channel, please don't forget to smash the subscribe button. It really helps grow a channel like the Chilled Fossil, and I appreciate every single one of you. And if you like this cool mouse pad I've got going on right here, check out chilledfossil.com where you can find a lot of cool merch, and it also helps support the channel and you get a really high quality product. So productivity wise, the performance on this 7-year-old iPad is tops. You can't really top it because it already tops based on my usage as a university student who also does business like Airbnb and stuff on the side. It's more than enough. And as far as multitasking is concerned, you're kind of limited in Apple's sense to the native split screen. So you basically pull down you send it to the side, and then, I don't know, I'll put up Airbnb, boom, you got the split screen, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, as we've talked about before on this channel, I do prefer Samsung DeX. I like having that whole desktop mode going so that I can have like a much more like Windows experience for my multitasking. I like that better than this. But even though the split screen is limiting, it's not too bad. Obviously, you can have YouTube open on one side and then have Notion to review your notes on the other. Generally, I have that setup going when I'm in between classes or something like that, where I'm not really in work, but I'm just trying to relax. Or if I have Chrome open on one side and Google Docs open on the other, when I'm doing research for a script or for my other channel, I'll have that setup going on this tablet. The advantage though of this split screen mode, and by the way, the split screen mode is on Samsung tablets as well, so it's not like it's only Apple exclusive, but the advantage is that all apps are basically optimized for split screen. So you can easily open any app you like on split screen and have it running very smooth. Obviously, DeX has its optimization issues with a lot of different apps, so a lot of apps don't work as optimized as split screen. But you cannot have productivity without having battery. Today's video is sponsored by Aura, and they're very important to talk about right now because almost 2.9 billion American social security numbers may have been stolen. National Public Data, which offers personal information to people like private investigators, staffing agencies, and anyone wanting to do a background check, got their data stolen. And these stolen records include a person's first name, last name, address, social security, phone number, all of it. And members of the hacking group that stole all of that data have released it online for free. And if you weren't taking precaution with your online security before, this should be a major wake-up call. And that's why I'm not worried, because I'm using Aura. If my email, phone number, or social security numbers are found on the dark web, Aura notifies me immediately. And not only that, if someone tries to open a credit card or bank account in my name, they also let me know instantly. And not only that, they also provide a bunch of other features like VPN, parental controls, and password monitoring, all in one app. Now you can go to my link, aura.com/shieldfossil, to try out all of their features for 2 weeks for completely free. That's enough time to see exactly where your information has been online. 7 years old now. Does the battery even hold a candle to actual productivity in 2024? Let's talk about it. When this iPad first launched, it was rated at 10 hours of screen on time. That is no longer the case. You're not getting 10 hours. So what do I get? I get 6 hours. If I start my day at 100%, I'll spend about 3 hours in classes taking notes. On Notability, screen is on the whole time. And in between classes, I'll get a total of 1 hour break, so I'll be on my tablet for the whole hour as well. Then I'll do another 2 hours of classes after that, so that's 6 hours total, and I'll still have like 20 to 30% left in juice in my battery. Now, that is all without charging this once. If I have a charger present, I have no problems whatsoever. It's a little bit slow to charge. It's not like the latest super fast charging devices. It does take its time, but it's definitely not that bad, especially if you have a charger near you. Okay, so we talked about battery, we talked about productivity. There are 3 more super important things that we need to talk about: the camera, heating issues and management, and of course, how the next 5, 6, or 7 years are going to play out with this tablet. So let's start with the camera. This is gonna surprise you. This is seriously gonna surprise you. The 2017 iPad camera, it sucks.
It's only working at 9% of the time. You want to make sure, you know what I mean?
The only time I've ever used this main camera is when I was in a class, I forgot my phone at home, and I needed to take a picture of the whiteboard. Like, I had to take a picture, I had to record, you know, the kind of the procedure in lab. I used this camera. I walked up to the whiteboard. You gotta imagine my embarrassment. I had to walk up and literally go like that with this to take a picture of the whiteboard. This university almost granted my financial aid package. Like, that's how embarrassing it was. Don't do it. However, the interfacing camera, I guess the more important one in this case, is pretty good. I've been using Zoom at least once a week for like the past 5 years, and it does a really good job. It doesn't show off all your pores. It also hides and blurs the background really well, so you don't look like a porous goblin in your basement. You look like you're, you know, you're doing good. You're doing good in life. And to talk about the build quality, remember, 7 years old now, by the way, 7 years old, and I bought it refurbished, and it's a little beat up. There's some nicks on the edges that you can see right there. You see that nick on the corner, and I swear that was there when I bought it. So when I bought it refurbished, there was like some nicks on the edges, no real damage on the back. and the screen had a little, like, you know, those micro scratches were going on. So that's really all that was happening, nothing major. And since then, there's been no new real damage. And the biggest thing that I was concerned about was the screen, because like I said, I'm using Notability and I write really hard. Like I really pushed down and it just opened Apple Notes. But I really pushed down on this and the screen is still in perfect condition. Now, I don't even have a screen protector on this. The pen is super sharp. So, you know, all of that's happening, but the screen over the past 5 years has held up perfectly fine. So if you are a hard writer like myself, don't worry about it. And I don't have a screen protector, but there is a screen protector. It's called Paper-like that you can add to this and it'll give you a paper-like texture. So it's like you're actually writing on real paper. It even makes that paper sound. So it's really cool. I've got a link down below if you want to check it out. And one of the great things about buying refurbished is that I don't care so much. I don't care if this gets dinged up. I don't care about writing really hard. If this was over $1,000, you bet I was gonna go nice and light on it. I was gonna go easy on the screen. But because I got it for like 400, I'm a little bit more, you know, careless with the device. I don't have to worry so much, and I think that's a major positive. So the 2017 iPad Pro is working perfectly in 2024, but what about next year and the year after that and the year after that? Well, for university students, absolutely consider this tablet, because what you're using primarily are going to be apps. You're going to be using Canvas, you're going to be using Notion and Notability, and all of these apps are getting regular updates from the Apple Store. So you don't have anything really to worry about. And if you're a business person, you're doing e-commerce, say you use Shopify or you have Airbnb properties, basically an app-based business, you also don't really need to worry because those apps are being regularly updated, and on this display, you're getting a lot of real estate and enough processing power to run any app efficiently. But you need to be cautious. You need to be very cautious if you're someone who's in a very specific niche. Like for example, if you're a coding student, so you're in computer science and your assignments involve heavy coding and you don't have a device, like this is your main device, it's not gonna work. You're gonna need another device that's actually powerful. This can be your secondary, but you can't do heavy coding on this tablet. And if you're an illustrator and you're not just using this as like a sketch pad, but you're actually downloading, you know, the latest Adobe illustrating software and you're using the Adobe AI features, like if you're doing all of that, this processing power is probably not gonna be enough for you. And the same can be said about video editing. So if you video edit professionally, this is not really gonna be the one for you, because trying to render 4K on this, it might not even be possible. You can download CapCut for tablets, so you can get that on this, but it, you know, it's much smaller, 360, 240p, that's what we're talking. If you are looking to do a little bit more on the tablets, then generally it's better for you to look into the M1 refurbished or maybe even an M2 refurbished tablet versus this one. This one just might not be powerful enough for those of you who are like that. But if you enjoyed this video, ladies and gentlemen, please smash the subscribe button. Again, it really helps me grow the channel. And also, if you found any value, please let me know in the comment section below. If you have specific questions, also leave them in the comment section below, and myself or the community will help you out. Until next time, take it easy. Peace.
Oh.